Hey guys, Matt Allen, Tim Little, welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today is video number 2 in our Holiday Buyer's Guide series. This is rod and reel combos for $200. So today's video is $200 combos. And in the past, this is where we've always started at. You get a $100 rod, $100 reel. That's where it seems that in the industry-wide, that's where you really start stepping up into quality, longevity of products. If you guys missed yesterday's video, we'll link that down below in the video description. Budget combos under $100. That is with the sale. Most of you guys know, but if you don't, all these products are on sale, even if they're not listed, because some companies can't promote the sale. But if you follow through the purchase, even on some of the unlisted products, brands, you will get the sale price. So we did really good this time.
We tried to, man. We worked hard.
$200 combos, $100 rods, $100 reels.
Without cheating.
Without cheating, so even cheaper with the sale. I'm gonna start it off. Let's talk spinning. SLX spinning rod paired up with the Noski. This is a bomb-proof combo. This reel has, my kids fish it, I fish it, my wife fishes it. I've had these for a couple years and no issues.
I watched Sierra land a sturgeon on literally that exact combo that she accidentally snagged. A sturgeon in the tail a few weeks ago.
There it is, arrest my case. The SLX lineup is an extremely universal lineup. If you're one of those guys that likes to have your entire line all the same make and model, go with the SLX. You know, tons of spinning models, tons of casting models, but right here, the SLX paired with a Noski, that is a win-win.
I'm going with a mixed combo here. This is St. Croix Bass X paired to the Daiwa BG. First off, it is matchy-matchy. It looks good, right, with that braid on it. But the Bass X is an amazing line of rods. It's always been a bestseller. There's a reason. There's a new version of Bass X. The Bass X we talked about last year looked completely different. This is the updated Bass X, and we've had a year with them now, and we're very comfortable with them. They're great rods. Excellent sensitivity for the price. We've had literally 0 breakage issues. Been very impressed with the rods. And then that reel is an extremely smooth reel. Weight comes in typical for its price. Smoothness is phenomenal. It's a really, really nice combo. Now, before you go on, I am going to cheat the system a little bit. But we did try hard, but I have one more spinning combo. We did try really, really hard to stay at the $200 mark because that is important. But if you are going to break out of the $200 mark, do it with spinning, I feel. I feel like there's more advantage there. More sensitivity, lighter weight. Sorry. So, one more spinning combo for you. If you want to branch out a little bit, if you want to taste what's next, this is a Dobbins Fury spinning rod paired to the new Shimano Miravel. That reel is bad. So here's the deal. This reel is like 129-ish. It weighs over an ounce less than all of the similarly priced reels. I had to bring it up, even though I'm a little bit out of budget, because it's so hard to cut weight at that lower price point. And it's been amazing how much technology has trickled down in the last few years to budget gear and then here at really good quality inexpensive gear. That Miravel cutting more than an ounce out of your reel will lighten up any combo that you put it into, and that is a huge advantage in terms of fishing all day and being comfortable. So I did cheat. I always cheat the system a little bit. I had to cheat it a little bit, but with the sale, we're almost back there, and that's how I justified it to myself.
I just think it's super funny that you cheated the system with a spinning combo. Leave it to Matt to go into spinning. My next combo is going to be the Savage Gear Squad Rod paired up with the Daiwa Fuego bait casting reel. The Squad line I really like the Savage Gear rods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they go all the way up to swim bait rods. I know we're going to touch on that here in a little bit, but this is an awesome combo. I love the feel of the grip. The actions are really parabolic. It's a great lineup for reaction baits, reaction fishing, and then paired up with that Daiwa Fuego. Again, when you hit that $100 price point, I think these come in at like $109, right around there.
Right.
It's got an external braking system. Again, that $100 price point is really where you start getting quality, longevity, and believe it or not, Matt and I are tackle junkies. We actually try all this stuff. And Matt, I want to talk about it, but you talk so long, you're so long-winded about that spinning gear, about breakage issues. We haven't had breakage issues with any of this. We have other stuff, and that's why they're not included.
Right.
But we try it all, we use it all, and this is an awesome combo for the money.
All right, my next one is, for me, bread and butter in this price point, and that is the Shimano SLX rod paired to the Shimano SLX reel. You're looking at a spot on, even without a sale, a spot on $200 combo. $100 rod, $100 reel. Very reliable reels. They're solid. They're workhorses. They just go. The rods, I can't say enough about, because we're fanatical about X-Pride, Zodius, Corrado. The same actions trickle all the way down to SLX. You can buy a 610 medium. You can buy a 7.2 heavy, right? Those key actions, you can get them at $100 and have the right actions for the right techniques. It's a slam dunk.
Yeah, anytime you have a reel manufacturer and a rod manufacturer where the products are coming from the same company, it's almost like a disadvantage to everybody else, because they're designing that reel for that rod, right? They're designing those combos. You know, there's a couple companies out there that can do that. Since you went Shimano, I'll go Shimano and I'll wrap up with Dobyns. The next combo for me is going to be the Intenza paired up with the Chaos. Now, you probably saw this reel in yesterday's video, but we went a little higher on the rod, little less expensive on the reel, but it works.
Yep.
I love the grips on the Intenza. It's a completely different grip feel system than the other rods in Shimano's lineup. But the Intenza, you know, we've talked about their cranking rods, but they're just an all-around good, universal, durable rod. A little bit step up from the SLX. So if you like that, you know, matchy went red and black.
Nice.
It's hard to do. Some of these companies, like that St. Croix, that Bass X, you throw chartreuse on a rod, it's really hard to match.
It's hard to match it.
It's hard to match.
But you can do it.
You can do with that chartreuse braid. But the Intenza paired up with the KSB is another workhorse combo. Great for your reaction fishing.
My next one is St. Croix Mojo Bass paired up. I went up in rod, same sort of deal, a little bit down in price on reel to make the whole thing work. So I'm paired up to that 13 Fishing Origin F1. Again, 20 pounds of drag. It's upgraded drag washers. It's a solid workhorse reel. Mojo Bass is a step up in components from Bass X. So if you want to take it to the next level, upgraded components, more sensitivity, you jump into Mojo Bass. And same deal with Mojo Bass, similar to SLX, it branches out, right? You can go into the Mojo glass rods, they're a little bit more, but you can get all the way into the Mojo glass rods, which I crank on a ton. But there's just a bunch of the key actions, plus some of those more extreme outliers as well in that line, and it's truly a line that will let you do everything in one line if you want to.
Yeah, that Mojo line, there's a reason it's a bestseller. It is legit. Last for me, but definitely not least, I went with the new Maverick series by Dobyns. It's a $100 rod. You know, as Fury kind of trickles up and up and up in price point, that used to be our kind of
That used to be the $100 rod.
Yeah. Maverick has kind of replaced that. And then I went with the Lew's reel on there. That is the speed spool. You know, the Lew's, a little bit of a power handle. This is a 7.3-to-1. You got the external braking system on there, unlike some of the other reels in this price point. But that combo right there, again, the Maverick lineup, any of the Dobyns lineups, you can go just like the SLXs or the Mojos. You can outfit your entire arsenal in that lineup. A lot of really technique-specific models, I think, But that Maverick, again, went with blue, kind of like SLX. Everything's kind of in that blue color, like the old Bass X. But the Lew's, the Dobyns, Maverick, that is another hard to beat combo.
You know what I like about that Dobyns is we started throwing Dobyns when they first started. I mean, right when rods are coming out, we try and grab a hold and start playing with them. And the $100 to $149 Dobyns of today are nicer than the high-end rods when it started.
The Champions and stuff.
Because the technology has trickled down, and now their high-end rods are like completely off the chart compared to the old ones. But it's amazing what you spend today gets such a quality rod compared to the past.
Absolutely.
All right, I have two more here. And the reason why is we know that this $200 price point is critical. That is the place that a lot of people stop, right? That's where, that is the nicest gear a guy is willing to spend on. So we wanted to spend some time here, be really thorough for you, and try to help you pick really good stuff. A lot of guys throw swim baits. It's a niche, but it's a growing niche. And right around that $100 mark, there are now some phenomenal rods. So there's half a dozen at least really good budget swim bait rods. I picked out two that I've personally had a ton of success with. The first one is the Savage Gear Squad. And the reel, this is a Concept A3. The reel is not in budget. It's really hard to get a swim bait reel in budget, except for a round reel. Maybe I'll link a round reel with it.
Like a Cardiff or something?
Yeah, that's how you're gonna stay in budget. If you go to low profile, they're all blowing your budget, but the rods are not. So the Squad is a phenomenal rod. This is the 8-foot heavy. It is more parabolic. We've used that word a few times yesterday and today. As a result, it's a great glide bait rod. It's a great topwater rod, wake bait rod.
Treble hook bait.
I've caught a ton of, I had a Gantarelle on this for months and just never, I mean, I would retie, but I never took that bait off the rod and just crushed fish on it. It does really good with treble hooks. This one is newer. Shimano in the SLX line, we just talked about how you can do anything with SLX, have now added two swim bait rods. A short 7.3 for fishing in and around cover, like skipping docks. A dedicated swim bait rod that's shorter. And then this guy, the 7.8 heavy, which still in the world of swim bait rods is a little short. I've caught a pile of fish on it. I went out intentionally and put this to the test on big striper and just blasted on big striper, throwing a burrito, a tactical shad burrito, and just lit them up and had a ball with this rod. It's a do everything budget rod. You can throw a jig hooked bait on it. You can throw a treble hooked bait on it. It's extremely comfortable. And because it is shortened up just a couple inches, you don't notice, but it drops weight a lot. Both of these are really good budget swim bait options.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer for these companies. You know, for the longest time, the Dobyns, the Fury, was dominated. That was that price point that made swim bait rods, and now you have some other players in the game, and they're coming out with some really nice stuff. Guys, if you have any questions about these price points, I'll leave them down below in the comment section. We'll try to get to those as soon as we can before the sale for you guys.
Now we are going 7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days on that. 7 days a week. We got another video coming tomorrow.
$300
It'll be
rods.
$300 combos, rod and reel combos. And now it's just mixing and matching those rods, those reels, the different price points. But it's a lot of fun. It's putting that puzzle together. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. We make it super easy for you to send. Pick out what you want. Send the link to your loved ones so they can buy you what you want for the holidays. But if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow for $300 combos.